Guess who's streaming on Twitch now? All right.
Us?
Well, no. He
I wouldn't be
was a
surprised.
very popular comedian in the early 2000s. He did a partial tour with the company we used to work for. Yeah. He's playing Warzone on Twitch now. Like 400 plus people, 600 plus people have been watching him and shit when I've tuned in. And it's just weird because, dude, it's like kind of a shitty setup. He's like sitting back on a couch, right? And like there's this weird lag between you see his mouth start moving and then you'll hear the voice come across the stream and you're like, but man, yeah, I guess he's promoting something. But this is, I thought that's kind of weird. But then I remember like reading this whole thing and listening to this whole thing about how Dane was like one of the forefronts, how he got so popular in the first place was using MySpace back in the day to commute to people of that age range and get them hyped up and interested. So he's always been kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say the forefront because obviously Twitch has been out, but I think for what he wants to do, maybe now is the right timing, I guess, because people are fucking going there, like sniping them on shit on the game. It's the Call of Duty, what is it, Modern Warfare 2 or whatever. So he's actually pretty good. He's a sniper and shit. He's actually
shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought.
I only play the Call of Duty games for the zombie games because I really love all those zombie games. They're so much fun. Those zombie maps are the best.
Absolutely.
Especially if you get like some people, like if you can do it, it's hard to do on your own. But if you get a couple people, like 2 people is hard as well. But if you get like 3 or 4 guys doing the zombie maps and actually completing the missions and doing all the stuff you've got to do, it's very interesting and it's very cool how you can upgrade your weapons as you go in the levels, and it's just amazing. The pack-a-punch machine is insane. You can take this shotgun that you had and all of a sudden that shotgun becomes an automatic shotgun with like 3 times the amount of power when you pay the toll for putting it in the pack-a-punch machine. And you gotta do all this stuff and then you beat that level and then there's like 5 other levels in one game that you can download.
Right.
You know, it's really cool, and there's a whole storyline in it as well. And there's like all the characters in that like very famous actors. Like Jeff Goldblum does a character. There's all sorts of like Heather Graham, you know, there's all sorts of people. Yeah, all sorts of people doing really great parts.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Well, that was kind of a weird intro because we started with Dane Cook and went there, but welcome to episode 9. I figured I'd just start recording whenever. So, episode 9, we've made it.
We're here.
We're here.
Still. You poor bastards.
And as you know, Bubba, I did a fucking weird thing this week, and something I said I would never do, and that's I put us up on TikTok.
Bro.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's
actually getting some
the way you
views,
edited
though.
That fart one was it was like just right. Like you zooming in our faces. Shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's a complete re-edit of what is actually going out on YouTube, and soon Spotify will also be housing our videos. I've ported over everything to the new thing, so you should be able to watch us. You should be able, I'm watching us possibly on Spotify right now, which leads me to say that the YouTube feed will be now delayed by a day. That'll come out on Saturday because I'd like to drive some views to Spotify.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so Spotify will be your place to find us Friday. YouTube on the same video, same audio for YouTube on Saturday. So best of both worlds.
Friday is, you know, when I'm on my lunch break on Friday, typically I'll be watching the YouTube video, but like tomorrow I guess I'll be hitting up Spotify.
Yeah, exactly. So we hope to see you guys there. So yeah, we're here on TikTok as well, just little clips. So this is now going to be a little clip so that you know that we are there. Spotify, YouTube, check us out. Links up there, maybe down here. Who fucking knows? So I guess we really need to get right out with it. And I'm just sad, man. Justin Roiland's a piece of shit.
Oh, yo, we're gonna get into it, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm fucking
Okay,
pissed
we're gonna
off.
unpack this.
I'm sad. I'm
I'm
sad that
bummed.
he's more than likely a piece of shit because I think that if it took the
Letting us down.
networks this long to back away from him since the info came out, that they probably have even though his lawyer said we plan on clearing his name and blah blah blah. I'm assuming
Yeah.
the networks have seen that they have substantial info. Hulu dropped him today from Solar Opposites and another show he was doing there, and he also self ejected himself from Squanch Games, I guess. Resigned is the way to say it. So pretty disgraceful, the accusations. And then while I'm also reading comments, I'm also seeing stuff I didn't know about reading about this, so I'm not sure how far to take it, but apparently he was messaging underage girls as well in the past besides this assault thing. So like I'm guessing he's just a piece of shit all the way around. And it sucks, man. I'm still gonna watch Rick and Morty.
Dude,
I love Rick and Morty. And almost every episode, I think every episode up until today where I decided to wear this really nice shirt, I've worn a Rick and Morty shirt. But today we're wearing the support your local bud tender shirt from Zoomies instead.
Nice.
Just cause fuck, man, it sucks. Cause so now they've removed him as being the voice for Rick and Morty. So they're gonna cast it. Now
okay, so yeah, that's where I get confused, man. Okay. Those voices that he does, because he does a number of voices, folks. I mean, sure, there's just a little bit of a pitch change in a bunch of them, but still, not everybody can do that variation and those subtle enunciations of the character. You know, I don't know how they're gonna do it. You're not gonna fool me. You're not gonna fool him.
Their best bet is going to be to go with exact sound-alikes or as close as a facsimile as possible. I mean, I know that's what I want. Fuck him. You know, if he really did this shit, he's gone. And then if it comes out somehow that he didn't, shame. But I understand why they have to back away. Rick and Morty is scheduled through season 10, and they just finished 6. So there's 4 more seasons they're contractually obligated to. So
that's like 40 episodes.
So Dan Harmon is taking over as sole creator. The good news that I guess I'm really reading into online as well was that this whole last season, which you've been enjoying, right? I mean, we've been watching it together.
Yeah, I got 2 episodes left.
2 episodes left.
Very much so. Love it.
He didn't have much to do with the writing. So, you know, it's like we're not going to miss that kind of DNA from the show structure. But the voices, man, I do want them to be sound-alikes. They've got a lot. Here's the thing. They've got a great, talented voice artist cast, you know, Maurice LaMarche quite a bit. Tom Kenny. They're going to be able to get away with it.
It's going to be okay. But the other thing to think about as well is there are so many advancements in audio nowadays that they can take somebody who's real close, and if it even isn't that like perfect, they can alter some pitches. They basically will take the harmonics from the original voice and try to match those, and they can dip certain things.
So I'm going, he's done enough lines over 6 seasons that you would almost think, would that be enough to populate one of those AI machines that they used for Val Kilmer in the latest Top Gun movie so he could speak again? Back to Roiland. I'm sad because, you know, it's like so many of these people, they've got it all, man, and then they go and they just piss it away. Let the best of something get to them, act out, hurt people. Like, why? I mean, you've got it all, man. You've got it all.
Yeah, and, you know, and like I was saying to you, the more famous you become, the more you fuck around, the more everyone finds out. Not just the more you find out.
It wasn't always like that, though, man. Think about how many things got swept under the rug. It's like now within the last 10 or 15 years.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Now, especially with social media and stuff, like you used to be able to really put shit under the rug. And it's kind of funny that this charge is 2 years old, apparently, something around there. Like it's just it's gone so under the radar until he just recently showed up for court. And his next court date's in April. So I guess we'll wait to see if he he's always been, what's weird is I've listened to him on Harmontown podcast and another thing, and he's always joked around about committing the big S. And I wonder if this will drive him over the edge, or if he's just going to be a fat cat and live off the money that he has and kind of just fade into obscurity for a while. It's too bad, man, because the guy, he's a fucking cool weirdo before all this to me. He was like, he really, the epitome of a nerd cool weirdo who just made me laugh just with his voice acting. And it's like, I'm not going to dislike the show because of him and his actions. I'm not going to like him anymore. I'm going to feel bad if it comes out that he didn't do it. That's all. But I have a really strong suspicion based on the way all these people are acting. Especially because Hulu waited almost a whole 24 hours to even make their announcement. So that tells me that they were like, well, fuck, Adult Swim did this. Maybe we need to deep dive into it a little bit.
Yeah.
And see what's going on. And then whatever they got back from their attorneys and whatnot, I'm sure it involves their attorneys probably talking to Justin's attorneys and being like,
dude, I bet his agent's like shitting bricks right now going, dude, we lost this account, we lost that account.
His agent is probably cowering under a table right now with a cell phone off. I know. I would be a ball of fucking anxiety. I'd be like, I don't want to talk on the fucking phone anymore because I'm sure all it's been is fucking phone call after phone call about it. But I really do hope he didn't do it. But I'm not going to stand with him until I know that he can, because like it just seems like the evidence is stacked against him. He had some other shit in his past as well, some shady shit. And that's not to say that Dan Harmon hasn't either. Okay, he sexually harassed Megan Gans, froze the chick on the Always Sunny podcast. Have you watched that? She's the one.
The video.
Have you ever watched the podcast at all? A little bit, right? I thought so. Yeah. So Megan, the chick who's
who
with
you're talking about.
She used to be a writer. I believe it was when he was doing Community. She was a writer for that, or maybe an assistant. Anyways, after him and his first major girlfriend, which she was featured in Harmontown, they had a very tumultuous relationship from the way it seems. Him drinking and them being two strong-headed people and bickering and fighting, and like in the Harmontown documentary, like he's actually kind of like, ugh, a little bit cringe with the way he treats her and the way she treats him back. But so he, I guess, sexually harassed her when after him and that first girl split. Like he made advances on her, and she was like, no. But the thing that was different about Dan Harmon is Dan Harmon called himself out on it before anyone else could. I believe he went on Twitter, posted about it. I think he might have even tagged her, or at least alluded to that it was her. And they had a thing on Twitter, I believe it was, whatever social media. They hashed it out. Apologies accepted. Accountability held.
Yeah.
And he didn't really lose any traction. And I think that's the difference.
Did it the right way.
He learned and he grew from
it. He fucked up, but exactly. He took the right steps.
And man, I know when you're drinking a lot, I know how it can be. You lose yourself and you start saying shit. You get violent. Yeah, well, exactly. Like me, flip a table. And for my instance, I would flip a table into a street, punch out a fucking TV, attack you, pretty much attack you with a knife. He might get sexually suggestive with a female, because you know how it can get when you're loose lips and when the alcohol sips. So I don't want to blame him for anything, but I'm just saying that's the difference between him. And so now, like, he's got to lead this ship. So don't you fuck up Dan Harmon. That's
man.
Number one. Number two, what do you think our chances are that we could get cast as Rick and Morty? You could be Morty, I could be Rick. Can you do a good Morty voice?
Do the Morty. I do. Well, no, I can't do it. I'm too embarrassed right now. I can't.
Really?
I can't. I'm in my head. I won't do it good. All right, Morty, speak to me. Speak to me, Morty.
Oh shit.
Oh, speak to me, Morty. Oh, Rick. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I can't do it. Hi, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
See,
I can get close, but I'm not nearly close enough.
can I channel Rick and Pickle Rick? I wonder.
Yeah, Pickle Rick.
Hey, Morty! Flip the pickle over, Morty. I can't get a burp out. I'm a pickle, Morty. Look at me. Yeah, I guess not.
Oh, Rick, why did you do this? Yeah, I can't do it. See, we suck.
I'm your grandpa. Listen, Morty. I'm sorry. I'm drunk all the time, but listen. I really think that like we should go on some adventures, Morty. You and me.
Oh yeah,
Rick and Morty. 10 seasons without Justin Roiland. It's gonna be like this, Rick and Morty. It's gonna sound off. It's gonna be weird. It's not gonna be good. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I inappropriately touched women.
Jesus.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Fuck that guy. Rick and Morty will be coming back next season with a different voice cast. Either way, Hulu is also continuing with Solar Opposites, as well as the other show that he had some involvement on.
Now I wonder if he'll make any money off of that.
No, his voices won't be used, and they're going to scrub his name from it. I think that's a full pull out. I think they went out full pull out. You have breached your contract. You no longer. I'm sure he will. I'm sure
like
legally
he won't make
that
any royalties off of that.
I would assume that he would make royalties off of everything that he's ever appeared in. I'm sure that somehow can be written off. There's probably, but who knows? I don't know how the contracts work. But what I do know is it'll be interesting to see what season 7 holds. I hope they get good voice actors and not us.
Yeah.
But
no, I do a lot of really good voices. It's just Morty is really hard. I don't have that high pitch.
Yeah,
enough.
like I can't do it anymore. Like maybe years ago, because years ago I used to be able to do a good Elmo for Oakley when he was
still.
young. Like I don't even think. It's me, Elmo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not there anymore.
Hi, Oakley. Yeah, I can't get up as high. It's from smoking cigarettes, dude.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? And that's probably why I couldn't do a good Morty either, because it's like, oh geez, he's kind of up in here, but oh geez, come on, Rick. Like I can't. No, it's and also it's all when it comes down to voices, and this is why I'm gonna be picky. It's about inflection and certain. Like
you have
Rick's
to know,
deadpan, like I don't care. Like there's
well, yeah, there's a cadence to the voice, and there is inflections in certain spots. That's why like very specific people like Jack Nicholson, go, and then I just want to, he does like got a fucking rat here,
right? Yeah, anything like that, like for instance, whenever anybody does shit, what the fuck's his name? Oh god, and now I'm gonna. Your father, he carried this watch in his ass.
Oh,
fucking what's his name?
Christopher.
I'm not doing a good Christopher Walken. I'm Christopher Walken. It's weird.
Your father carried that watch in his ass for 3 years. He took this hunk of metal in his ass. Yeah, no, he's hard too. But I know some people can really rock it.
What kind of voices can you do spot on, do you think?
I think I can do a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can definitely do a good Gollum. Nasty hobbitses. I hate them. That's pretty good. And you got like Stitch from Disney. from Lilo and
Ohana means family.
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 Yeah, because
Got that weird kind of throat thing.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, throat thing.
Yeah. I off the top of my head, I can't think of them now, but I do a bunch of really good ones. I think. Never mind, I can't do it. Nothing. Never mind.
So the guy who does so do you remember the old prank telephone guys, the Jerky Boys?
Yeah, the Mort.
Right.
Does voice
So
for
he does
Mort.
the voice for Mort. I can definitely do him. This is Saul Rosenberg. That's the character he did on, which is basically who Mort is now. Oh, Jesus Christ. They're beating the fucking life out of me. Oh, God. Like he was really just over the top. And that I feel like I can do pretty well. Years ago, I felt like I could do Krusty the Clown pretty good and Moe and Barney from Simpsons. But I feel now that I've lost that range. Like my voice trying to do Barney is just weird now. Mo is kind of it's too low now. And I don't even remember the other name of the other person I said. You did someone recently though that I was like that was really good.
King of the Hill.
Yeah, I think so.
God damn it, Bobby.
Yeah.
Damn it, Peggy. 7 a.m. and already the boy ain't right.
Yeah.
What was another good one?
Oh, are you the boys?
Bird.
Are you the boys whacking off in my tool shed?
You the boys been whacking off in my tool shed?
Of course, because Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
The movie that came out this year really tickled my fucking pickle, man. I really laughed my ass off at that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very droll. Very droll.
Very droll. It's just like, oh, dude, we were fucking dying in the tour bus watching that shit. Buddy of mine, Merritt, and I were just fucking giggling. Like, it was just like, I never really... the only reason I ever enjoyed Beavis and Butthead back in the day... Well, sorry. The only reason I ever enjoyed Beavis and Butthead back in the day is because it was like the cool thing to do, and because it was the uncool thing to do too. Because of course, when the fire episode came out and parents were all fucking flipping out and shit, they were like, hey, this is not good. What the fuck, And so everyone didn't want us watching it. I never really got into it because the music that they were playing usually in between couldn't hold my attention. But now going back and watching the old stuff, the newer stuff, I think is better. But some of the old stuff that I've watched has really made me piss my pants. Dude, now I have an appreciation for it. And some of the jokes that maybe flew over my head back then are funnier. The way timing is, they hit, as I've aged.
Like, the only episode I really remember as a kid watching Beavis and Butthead was they were in a fast food restaurant, and like they're putting flies instead of fries into the deep fryer, and they're like using chainsaws and shit for cutting things up inside of this fast food restaurant, and they're just wreaking havoc in there. The one time they really get a proper job.
Which is funny because like I don't ever remember them working for the longest time, but then I do remember them with their weren't they like yellow and red outfits?
Yeah,
something
like
that kind of color scheme.
Blue. Yeah, something like that. But it's been years. I mean, we're talking like 20, almost 30 years,
right,
since I've seen that.
Fucking unreal, man.
Yeah,
it's amazing how a lot of older entertainment has come back into the mainstream with new episodes and shit.
Sure,
it's crazy. So many things.
Thinking about MASH actually recently. I was watching some episodes, and we actually, Mike had a bunch of DVDs that somebody had given him, still fresh in like original packaging and everything. They were getting rid of stuff. He brought them to us. It's like 4 seasons of MASH, 5 seasons of MASH. Dude, what a great show that was. Alan Alda, all those guys, they were really amazing. The anniversary show that they did a few years back, it was like, 40 years since they aired.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, dude. It's such a good show. And that made me think of what I think is a cool fucking idea for a video game.
Okay.
A MASH unit. You are a mobile surgical hospital. And like you've got guys who are, this game is going to be like a multiplayer online game. You have guys who are choppering in wounded. You've got guys who are bringing them in on the stretchers and stuff. You've got guys who are doing like bandaging in field. And then you've got like the surgeons, you've got nurses, you've got, chief of surgery. You have like time off in, a certain, place where, whatever. You can do all sorts of different shit. I think that'd be a pretty cool game where it's basically just medic stuff. They
That's
actually
pretty
get
cool.
into surgery. What if there was like a surgery simulator game?
There already is. Surgeon Simulator.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There was one years ago I used to play on an old 286 or 386 computer as well. Now, Surgeon Simulator is kind of like kooky and not as like accurate. But the one that I used to play, man, it was like you had to diagnose them and it was difficult, man. This is back when mouses were square and rectangular and shit and weren't ergonomic.
Yeah.
Still a fun game. And you can find it on the that free online place that's legal to download. It's like the Library of Congress or some internet archive.org or whatever the fuck it is. It's like old abandonware. Still an interesting game. Old school, man.
Cool.
I was recently thinking about a game as well, and I thought that it would be interesting, similar to what we're going to try tonight with Eco. But like I was thinking that, but like permanent death. If you die in the game, you don't die in real life. It's not that. No, it's not like Nightmare on Elm Street, but for video games. It's if you die in the game, that character is just fucking gone. Done.
Yeah.
I think if people had, a stronger, like, still make it, because I would want it to be like role play, but like every person has a purpose. Jobs make sense.
Yeah.
Things can't be created in the game world without all these people working together, kind of like how Eco sounds. But like, people could make guns if they wanted to. But would everybody be so scared to death that guns wouldn't become a thing?
Right.
Because when you're really playing with like a one life situation, how many people would be like willing to pay $60 to be bad? And that would be the thing too. Your game is done.
See, that's all I can think about when I play Tarkov.
Your game is also locked out too.
Imagine what do you mean by that? Like you can never play the game again?
No, you'd have to buy a brand new copy.
Buy a brand new copy?
Yeah, man. Really push people hard. And then overprice the thing too. Push people really hard to really consider the decisions they make in an online world and see what kind of world that could be created that way.
There better be some good voice actors for NPCs. Or else I'd be pissed. I'd be like, this better be the most immersive adventure story ever.
Hi, would you like to take this drone item from me?
Oh, I'd be so pissed if that was it. I'd be like, motherfucker.
Would you like this jug of water that I am now selling to you? Thank you. Come again. Yeah.
You know what would be really neat?
What's that?
Is if you could create a system where you could take a DVD, your favorite movies, pop it into the system, and then that creates a video game for you that you get immersed in as a character.
Of the movie?
Yeah, an AI. You put it into one of those AI machines and say, turn this into a video game where I'm one of the characters.
Where I can just roam around as
and
one of the characters.
I can change events.
Whoa, now you're really asking for a lot, though, but it sounds
Dude,
awesome.
Doesn't that sound sick? I just thought of that. Thank you. I'll take my award now.
Yeah, yeah.
For changing the history of video gaming.
I mean, that would be pretty amazing. To be able to take an existing media and then be able to explore in depth. And like, even when the scene ends on, let's say, Children of the Corn, and it's a shot of the cornfield, like, you could just stay there. You wouldn't just go scene to scene.
Yeah.
Imagine if the AI could work out in real time how long this movie is really like, because some movies take place over months.
Yeah,
and then it would just fill in with bullshit.
Lifetimes.
And you'd just be like, Groundhog Daying it, kind of. Imagine Groundhog Daying that motherfucker. Speaking of, goddamn.
But being able to interact, okay, so that's where, okay, now holy fuck. So let's say it is Groundhog Day. You put this into the AI machine, right? Put that movie in. You're going in, and I'm actually talking to Bill fucking Murray. Like, when I speak, I go, hey, and he's in character. So you're talking to like Peter Venkman, you're talking to, what's his name? Caddyshack. Carl.
I would like that.
That would be weird, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be so cool,
man? I'd dig that kind of technology.
That doesn't sound like it's too far away, man. I mean, from what you're telling me that he can do with Brucey,
It still takes man-hour and power to,
Oh, of course, like anything. But eventually that man-hours and manpower can get automated too.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It'll be interesting, I mean, because I'm sorry if you all haven't seen it, but they also use the AI voice acting for Darth Vader in the Kenobi series.
Oh, yeah.
That was not James Earl Jones. It was, but it wasn't.
Right.
And it also brings the area, the gray area of, do people deserve to make money off the likeness of their voice when they're not doing the actual acting? Interesting stuff. I'm pretty sure he made money, but
with the amount of footage over the years, when actors say certain things and then say certain sentences, they have a certain look on their face and their inflections and things like that. They did the acting. They did it back then. You bought it, and then you put it in your machine. Yeah. And then this is what you got.
Yeah.
No, I did the acting.
I get that. I do find it interesting, though. I mean, because the reason why they did it is they wanted him to sound more like the young Vader. Because now his voice has aged. And he sounds a lot different.
He does.
So
I saw a picture of him recently. He's definitely looking a bit older, man.
He's up there, man. We're going to lose all the greats.
Yeah.
Womp womp. Oh, I got to say, I think we lived in a pretty cool time so far.
Yeah. It's interesting.
In all
Keeps
the great shit. We missed some cool stuff, but man, I'd rather be right exactly where we are right now in terms of time. It seems like it's getting a little fucking weird, but it seems pretty perfect for the most part. I like where we're at for the most part.
Right now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings.
Do you?
I really do. But that's probably just my own bullshit seeping through. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
But you know what movie I was thinking about that whole time I was talking about the simulator?
What?
Titanic.
You'd want to do Titanic?
Well, just to be able to see what it was like for the fucking boat boat to be flipping like that.
I bet it felt weird.
That sounds pretty awesome, dude. But not being able to feel the water. Like, I don't want to feel the cold. I
And that
just
would
want
be
to see
the
what it's like to
thing,
see hundreds and thousands of people freaking the fuck out. And then just like grabbing a flare gun, shooting it up in the air, looking at everybody and saying, shut the fuck up. This is what we need to fucking do. You. Stop that. You're doing stupid shit. Load that fucking lifeboat all the way up, motherfuckers. You know?
Would Jack survive in your version?
Oh, I don't even know if I would interact with that storyline. In fact, I might even try and find that axe that she tries to use to break him free from those handcuffs. You remember? And hide it.
Wow.
Yeah, that way,
You'd
let nature take its course. This is what was really intended.
You'd fuck over the movie completely just to. Wow.
I don't. But did you know that? Oh, so I recently heard this about the Titanic. That was a hit job. There's like a whole conspiracy behind the Titanic.
Oh.
Have you heard this?
No.
What?
I'm so sick of conspiracy theories.
Well, there's some truth behind this one, though. You ready to hear it or not? Do you not want me to tell it?
Go ahead.
You know what? You're making me feel like shit.
I'm not trying to make you feel like shit. I'm just like, oh God, they've done it to the Titanic now.
It's not that stupid, though. Okay, so
how much of did you read this only on one website, or did you look at multiple other websites to get more information?
I look at multiple places.
Okay.
Yes. So, you know, the Rothschilds, well, basically, the most wealthy people in the world were invited onto the Titanic, right? And the people who invited them were the Rothschilds. JP Morgan were a subsidiary of the Rothschilds. They were like all working together, right? So the most wealthy man in America at the time, and he's actually referenced in the movie, and I'm trying to think what the hell his name was, but he was like this guy who owned 40% of the real estate in the US.
Okay.
Right? So he was basically the most powerful, richest man, and the Rothschilds were trying to create like the first Federal Reserve Federal Reserve Bank or some shit like that. And in order to do that, they basically had to take him out of the loop. So what they did was they invited, along with so many other people, onto the Titanic, and then just hours, well, not even hours, just before the Titanic is ready to take off, the Rothschilds and JP Morgan and all those motherfuckers got off the boat, and everybody else took off. And what happened? They died.
Yeah, no shit. They died. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Now, what do you think about that conspiracy theory?
I don't know. I'd have to look for proof myself to really believe it.
Okay.
It's hard after you've learned that just the Titanic hit an iceberg and that's that. You know, it's hard to think of anything else. And also in this day and age to take it seriously without wondering if it's been tampered with, if it's been, completely made up from scratch the way you can, it's like, I don't know. I find it really hard to trust anything that seems like a conspiracy theory. It's more, and it's got to be more for me. It's got to be more than just reading websites. Cool to talk about. Don't get me wrong. Like, and it would be really fucked up if it were true.
Oh,
obviously.
Yeah. That's why I say conspiracy theory. I just happened to read upon it. It seemed pretty interesting, though. I was like,
it is interesting,
no
and if there was any weight to it, it's fucked up. Yeah. But I also, it's not to say that I don't put that past people. It's not like I don't think people are capable of being that maniacal or that evil and doing some fucked up shit like that. right?
Well, what about all those people who have like created the water car, and then disappearing after a business deal, the car that runs on water. That
I
one
mean,
dude, you remember that?
I remember,
He
yeah.
died.
Yeah, I know.
And then the last words out of his mouth was, "He poisoned me," in a fucking restaurant.
Some people have said, the creator of the Segway went off a cliff on a Segway. Some people say that that's pretty fucking weird.
Did he? Did he
Yeah,
really?
he died that way. He like went off a embankment at his house
That
or
sounds
something.
like something the mob would do to somebody.
Maybe he was on some sort of, travel. I don't know. But it leaves a lot to be thought about and said when it comes to like, in terms of, hey man, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I don't really give it any much weight unless I could really, really find some substance to it. But I also wouldn't be surprised if, close to my twilight years or close to my deathbed, something would watch in the nightly news and they'd be like, hey, did you know that the Rothschilds, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, oh, no shit. Like it was true. I'd be like, oh, no shit.
Bubba
Wow.
said that.
Wow. So
yeah.
I don't want to say that. I don't let it give it too much weight to my life. I do read shit about it, but I don't want to ever be one of those obsessives. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no. But I like throwing the interesting thing of, hey, dude, this is a conspiracy theory that some people think happened, and this is what some people think they have dug up.
Right.
And wouldn't that be interesting?
I mean, it certainly would be.
Like that many people dying.
It's a lot of people, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I guess I don't know.
Oh yeah, John Astor. That's what his name was.
Ah, gotcha. John Astor is a bastard. So your cock's all healed up now?
Yeah, I'm pretty much good, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, a little sore here and there, if I overuse, if I over and all that. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good now.
Hell yeah.
Almost back to fighting strength.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yes, sir.
Very cool. Oh, that's good. This has been snowing a lot at your house?
Actually, right now
motherfucker.
It's fucking raining.
Oh, really? It's snowing like a bitch up here.
It was snowing earlier, and now it's like a little bit of rain.
Fucking weird weather, man.
Who knew?
Who fucking knew? I've been recently dabbling in some interesting stuff. I've obtained some very interesting skills in my summer car. I'm getting very quick. Yeah, I'm getting very quick at doing shit in the beginning of the game. Practicing that up. Did some shit in Fallout 76. But for the most part, I've been like editing this stuff and trying to find funny little TikToks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's been interesting. I'm hoping some work is gonna be popping up. I got some lined up work, I think, so gonna be hitting that. So it'll be interesting to get back into it, man. I've been kind of aching to get back to work, but nothing's come up my way, which is fine because we get to record the podcast and do bullshit and game and whatnot. But it's one of those things that I've that's what's been keeping me busy this week. I've been watching different movies and stuff. Nothing really fucking crazy. Nothing really new to talk about. Like there's nothing that's blown me away. I'm waiting to see if they come out with an unrated version of that Megan movie. With the fucking AI fucking girl.
Yeah.
It's PG-13 right now, but they were talking that there could be an R or an unrated cut. And I want to see some fucking gore. I'm sick and fucking tired of PG-13 horror movies, dude. And suspense movies. Give us Give us some fucking gore and some fucking real violence and some fucking people swearing and scared
Yeah,
and
you
shit.
can only you got to wait for like a Rob Zombie movie to come out if
Yeah.
you want that. That's like the only time you can really see that.
And I
kind
get
of
they
thing.
don't get as much a return, but man, like when you look at the scope of like how Deadpool did, how what was
Yeah.
it? Logan was the other R-rated one that they did.
Yep.
Great movies and
Absolutely.
used well, not too over the top. And I'm not saying I want over the top shit, but I want to. What I mean, we're in a point where movies, it's like, oh, another PG-13 horror movie. You gotta be fucking kidding me! Just because I want to get
Yeah.
that 13-year-old and up segment. So that's the only thing that I've been anticipating watching recently. I want to watch that Santa movie as well, the violent one. That's
Yeah, but
supposed
that's
to
like
be really good.
$20 right now, anywhere you look for it.
Yeah, I'll wait next, even if I have to wait till next year when it's on sale. That's just,
Yeah, but it does look good. I like that guy.
I do
The
too.
guy playing Santa. He's cool.
Yep.
He's got a good thing going on.
I've seen some previews online of certain scenes, and I'm like, oh, this has gotta. I can't wait to watch this. I will enjoy this.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good. But
I want to see that Frankenstein. It's either like a show or a movie that he's in. God. It's like maybe a Son of Frankenstein or
interesting.
I can't remember, but it looks good. And I think it's a rated R kind of thing.
Rated R.
Yep. You remember that you remember when Robert De Niro played the Frankenstein's monster?
I do.
Yeah. That was a little. I watched that like a month or two ago, and I was like, man, this really sucks. I can't get through this.
It's kind of caca.
Oh, it was terrible. And then what's her name turning into the Lady Frankenstein?
Caca.
Caca, dude. Fucking
Caca.
caca. Terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. And there was a lot of hit and miss movies in that period of time when they were like, let's take an actor and put him in this position, and it was like, no.
Yeah,
De
no.
Niro, I bet he got a great fucking payday out of it though. He was in his goddamn prime when they fucking roped him into that thing.
That was what, like early 90s?
Yeah. Something like that.
90s, 94 probably.
So they probably paid a pretty penny for him, and
yeah. But, other than, because I love Young Frankenstein. Is that a movie you like? I mean, I could watch it over and over and over and over again.
Give me pretty much anything Mel Brooks, and I'm like, sign me in, put me in, coach. I'm ready to watch.
Yeah. So Young Frankenstein, that's my favorite Frankenstein kind of movie. And I'm trying to think, what other good one is there? We need a good Frankenstein movie.
I just think that we're past the point of those kind of characters. They're very basic. They've been
so
done
basic
and done and done
yeah.
and done. And then Abbott and Costello met him, and probably Cheech and Chong and all those assholes probably met him. It's the same with the werewolf, the mummy. I mean, I'm really surprised that the mummy came back and did as well as it did.
Oh, which you talking about?
Those mummy
Fraser?
Yeah, because those are not the same. But when they tried to redo a mummy with Tom Cruise, that thing fucking. The Universal was gonna reboot everything, and all these great stars were, set to, and that thing fucking flopped. And they said, "Well, we're not gonna do any more of that. That was a bad move." The thing from the creature from the Black Lagoon, like classic, for a reason. They don't play very well these days.
No, you're absolutely right. Got to come up with something fresh.
They would be better off taking like those old ones and really working on the technology to make them a really nice colorization and really sharpening them up and fixing audio and stuff, and really just bringing them into the current generation to see if maybe they could re-spark some interest there.
Yeah.
Some things will never die. Godzilla in a suit, They were doing that for years up until recently. Still making those type of Godzilla movies in the early 2000s and shit. If not later mid.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Some things stand up to the test of time because of the hoke and the hokiness of it.
Yeah.
But man, they're very basic creatures. They're talking about rebooting Jason again. Speaking of horror and that kind of stuff, and it's like, I was really hoping that Freddy one would keep going because Jackie Earle Haley played a really scary Freddy.
He did a good job. Yeah, he did a really good job.
And the dreams felt dreamy. We were finally at that point in CGI where like dreams you could get tricked in the,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
People fucked it up.
Have you seen that one? So there's this one like horror movie that I remember it was like on Showtime or Cinemax when I was a kid, and it was like one of those late night movies, like buddy stoner kind of movies, and it was about Ron Jeremy's dong being the monster, and it's like it jumps off of Ron Jeremy and it's like going around and killing people. Ron Jeremy's dong. Have you ever seen that or heard of that?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's a terrible movie. Terrible movie. Absolutely terrible.
It sounds like a piece of shit.
Oh, it's bad.
It sounds horrible.
But, we need some more stuff like that. Thinking outside the box.
I think I read a rumor that they're rebooting the not Lethal Weapon. They're rebooting the Naked Gun movies with Liam Neeson.
With Liam Neeson instead of Leslie Nielsen.
I don't know how much truth there is to that, but yeah, I read something about that recently.
Hold on, this is hard to say.
Right?
Liam Neeson is going to be playing Leslie Nielsen's character in Naked Gun.
I could see him pulling it off.
No.
I could see him doing it. He's good in comedy, man.
He can be. I'll give you that. He can be good with comedy.
I think
but it's just not.
We're missing those types of movies these days.
He's not good with the slapstick kind of comedy that was that type of movie.
But doesn't it feel like we've been missing that type of movie for a while? I mean, when you think about it, like, I feel like, or have we outgrown it as a whole?
I think I've outgrown it. I think a lot of people have outgrown it. I mean, I have a hard time going back, and I don't watch the Naked Guns anymore.
What about Hot Shots?
I watched Hot Shots Part 2. What was it, like last year probably? It was like maybe a few months ago. I can't remember, but it was it still made me laugh.
See, so why haven't you watched the Naked Guns? There's some pretty good scenes in those.
There is. What was that one where they were doing what was it, like the Grammys or something at the end?
The awards, yeah.
Yeah, the awards show.
I can't remember which one they were.
A dude. Like some chick was definitely packing a wiener. And OJ's character, he was like, "Oh no."
OJ. That's another funny thing. Like, you never would have thought OJ in movies. He was in those movies, all three of them.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's very weird.
The 80s and the 90s were really raucous and wild time, man. They were different.
Absolutely. There was just so much cocaine, probably.
There was probably a lot of shit, man. What do you think about all the people that were stars of that generation and like low-level stars? And
Pauly Shore.
He was hot for a good hot minute and then went...
Yeah, in the early 90s. Like,
he did a cannonball off the cliff and said, "See ya!"
All
and
right,
it's gone.
body.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. I think he went too long with that persona. That shit wore down. Like the first couple times it was funny.
Well, he's still kind of like that.
But here's the thing, like when you are playing a different character name and person, but you still act like the same character, it shows you have no depth of range.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it's like Pauly Shore as
Pauly Shore in a Pauly Shore movie, rated Pauly Shore. Starts in theaters this Pauly Shore day.
But that son-in-law movie, man, I could watch that.
What's the army one? In the Army Now?
In the Army Now.
I like that
that's
one.
That's another one that's good.
Son-in-law is pretty good.
Biodome
is pretty good.
It has its moments.
Encino Man.
Good.
I mean, they're
Encino
just
Man's
movies
good.
that I would watch because I have a connection with them being a kid and renting them when they came out. Because I was at like the perfect age. Cover. I was at that perfect age when those Pauly Shore movies were coming out that they were getting ingested at the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have they are no way in any form Chef's Kiss cinema.
You better shut your fucking mouth with that.
He hates the Chef's
Kiss. I'm done. I am absolutely done with this. You know, that's for chefs, dude. That's not for you. That's not for you people at home. That's for chefs. All you chefs listening, okay, go ahead, do that Chef's Kiss, baby. That's for you.
I think it's like paying tribute.
And when you say Chef's Kiss, when you do Chef's Kiss, dude, what a dickhead move that is.
How is that a dickhead move? I don't even understand where you're coming from with that. It's Chef's Kiss. Just that's all I'm saying. Anyways, what was I even talking about? Anyhow.
9, 10. Okay, yeah, I'm back.
What did you like? Kiss. Just tuning out?
Fucking.
What are you just tuning out?
You out for a minute. Can't listen to somebody who goes, "Huh, this is Chef's Kiss." What a jackass. And that's the next TikTok video.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think it is. Besides that little thing where we talked about it in the beginning of the show, so that I could do that. Yeah, we're on a bunch of different platforms. Come watch us. Come watch Bubba mock me for my.
I don't mock you. Yep. Oh, the Chef's Kiss?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't want to say it that time, did you?
I just don't want to hear any more shit from you about it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm going to wait to use it. I'm going to use it again. I'm not going to take it out of my dialogue just because of you. I'm just going to wait to use it when it's appropriate.
Yeah, which is fucking never.
I mean, I'll probably wait a couple weeks.
You know, I'm not a chef.
Oh, yeah. Who knew? Who knew? You aren't a chef. What else did I want to talk about this week? Because I think we're getting pretty good. We're getting close. I'm feeling it. I want to game a little bit. Anything specific that you wanted to talk about besides what we already have? I kind of came in with a loose thing. I did have some ideas about just something that I'll go over with you in Discord later on.
Okay.
About because I want to elevate. Like something I've been thinking about is how can we elevate the show? How can we?
I've been thinking about this as well.
It gets a little off the rails sometimes, and
it can. Yeah,
it's hard to.
I want us to do a game here and there if we can.
Really?
Like create a game. And I've talked to you about this before about trying to loop. Like we start with Tom Cruise, say, right?
Right.
We now have to go through five different people.
I thought you were talking about
back to Tom Cruise.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a game.
No. Like I want us to, like, for this, you know, I want us to do it. Like create a game that we do.
All right. Yeah.
Because I know like a lot of people, like if they're listening, hey, they might go, oh, you could have done like this movie, or they're probably thinking about shit at the same time as we're spitting this stuff out.
Yeah.
So you got Tom Cruise. Okay. And then you've got, he was in Top Gun with Val Kilmer. Okay. Val Kilmer was in
Batman.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
I think, right? Forever.
Yep. He was in Batman Forever
Jim
with
Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Jim
And then
Carrey.
some people might go, okay, well, or Tommy Lee Jones, or
Right.
yeah.
But are
just
you
make your way
trying
back
to
Tom
loop back
Cruise.
to Tom Cruise?
Yeah, if you can.
Within how many movies? Because you could, if you were able to go forever, you'd be able to do it. So I think if you limit the number of movies that you can do it. 5.
Is that enough?
5. Well, play it out. Play your Tom Cruise out. Let's hear it.
Okay,
5.
so yeah, Tom Cruise, Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Val Kilmer to Jim Carrey. How can I get this back around? That's what I got to think about is how can I get that back
You really
around?
have to play the mind game early.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so this is good. That's what I mean. This could be interesting.
Okay.
So you got Jim Carrey with fuck. I'm trying to think. Drawing blanks. Okay. You've got Jim Carrey with oh my God.
It's like you've been put on the spot or something, man.
I have been. So, I mean, you could try Jim Carrey with Jeff Daniels.
Right.
Right. Dumb and Dumber. That's where I start to go, okay, but what about Jeff Daniels?
If you could put Jeff Daniels, here's a good way. If you could put Jeff Daniels with Brad Pitt, you could loop back Brad Pitt to Tom Cruise in the vampire movie. Or Keanu. Or
Keanu and Tom Cruise?
Yeah, because weren't they in no, that might be a different vampire movie. No.
Well, if
wasn't he in an Interview with the Vampire?
Jeff Daniels back to anybody in the Tropic Thunder cast.
This is true.
We're good. That's a lot of options right there.
That is a lot of options. I wish I knew Jeff Daniels movies better. Wait. Right. I'm thinking Independence Day.
He wasn't in Independence Day. He is with Keanu in Speed.
Oh, yes.
Jeff Daniels is in Speed with Keanu Reeves.
And then I think Keanu Reeves is in an Interview with the Vampire, isn't he? And that's the one with Brad Pitt.
He's not in Interview with a Vampire. Christian Slater's in Interview with a Vampire.
And which one is the vampire movie that he's in? Bram Stoker's Dracula. Sorry.
Yes.
Shit.
And that would link you to...
you wouldn't be able to get it in that amount then.
Yeah. That's why you don't go with Jim Carrey.
Okay. All right. So Tom Cruise to
Val Kilmer.
Yep. Val Kilmer to
let's say Tommy Lee Jones this time.
Okay.
I got it, motherfucker.
Tommy Lee Jones
to Benicio del Toro.
Oh.
In The Hunter or The Hunted, whatever that movie was.
Okay.
Where he's hunting Benicio del Toro. Benicio del Toro with Brad Pitt. And then Interview with the Vampire.
Okay. Well, wouldn't it have to end on 5?
Oh, okay. Fuck. Damn it. Hold on. Val Kilmer, Tommy Lee Jones, Benicio del Toro, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. That's it. Or is Tom Cruise doesn't count as the first one, does he?
Well, You have to get back to Tom Cruise within the 5. So Tom Cruise, Tommy Lee Jones.
All right. Yeah.
But
So
that would
tough.
mean that, but you could still get it because you didn't have your pinky out just now because you did Tom Cruise.
No, I did Val Kilmer to start.
No, you did Tom Cruise to Val Kilmer to Tommy Lee Jones to who?
Benicio del Toro.
And Benicio del Toro to
Brad Pitt.
And then I guess that would be considered the loop around because that's within 5. Brad Pitt is the one that connects. Since you count Tom Cruise, you would have to end at Brad Pitt. So you got it.
Yeah.
That ruling works, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's call it that.
And then maybe like expert mode, alternate the sexes between them. So you'd have to go like boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. Or girl, boy, girl, boy, girl.
Okay.
That could get very difficult because, man, and that crossover would be even more difficult. I'm just thinking expert mode could be an interesting. I like your thought on this game. This is a fun game.
Yeah.
Got my mind
I think
cooking.
we could easily do that.
Give me one. I want one now. Give me one.
Give me one.
Give me one. Okay. This is how we're ending the show this week. Give me one. I want one.
All right.
People, give them in the comments on YouTube too, or on the TikToks here, because I think this will be another TikTok. This could be another TikTok. This is a cool game to play. Give us some inspiration. Right. Starting a new TikTok trend right here.
Do
us rejects.
Can we do it also based on not just
movies
and actors? What if we did it like on music?
I don't really want to do music. I want a movie one. You got a fucking movie one. I want a movie one. You're not giving me.
I want a movie.
I want to play.
I want a movie.
I mean, yes, you could do like music mode, but like right now, I want to do the movie one.
Okay, so you want to
give me somebody?
Actor. I'm gonna give you an actor.
Actor, actress. I don't give a shit.
Okay, you're gonna get Jack Black.
Okay, Jack Black. Okay, Jack Black, John Cusack, John Cusack to John Cusack to what's his name? Robinson there. Dude from The Office. The pizza commercials.
Yeah.
Horstick.mpeg. You know what I'm talking about.
No, it's
some Robinson, isn't it?
Craig
Robinson. Thank you. Good one. Okay. So who was I starting with? This is horrible for ADHD, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was it?
Jack Black.
John Cusack. John Cusack to
Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson to
Yeah, why would you go Craig Robinson?
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. All right. Jack Black to Okay, Jack Black to The Rock. The Rock to everybody else who's ever been in movies. I don't know. I'm not doing good at this game right now.
It's okay. Let's say, you were to go with The Rock, right? So you got Jack Black
to The Rock.
The Rock.
Let's
go Pierce Brosnan. They were just in a movie together.
They were?
Right? Oh, yeah.
Okay, to Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan to Halle Berry. Halle Berry to...
Why Halle Berry?
I don't know. I was just thinking of the 007 movie. See, that's the thing. It's all based on your limited range of movies.
Exactly, dude.
Oh,
this is a hard game, right? I think we're doing it in too few of people.
Maybe it needs to be like lucky
tougher.
number 7. Add 2 more in there might make it easier.
Okay, so we'll play it out then.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I like it though. It's a good one. I think it's a good time to wrap it up
Okay.
like a present. And
But I'm telling you, Halle Berry, and then you can do John Travolta to.
what movie were they in together?
They were in Swordfish
Oh yeah, they were
with Hugh Jackman.
Yep. Okay. Man, it's just locking on my brain. Like I'm like, oh, I'm freezing up. It's hard.
And then you could do Hugh Jackman with anybody in the fucking X-Men universe, at that point.
Right.
So many movies. Actually, you could relate him to, isn't he in that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow?
Probably.
Like Kate Leopold or some shit.
Yeah,
like
that might be with her. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Gwyneth
about.
Paltrow
Shit
with
like
Jack
that.
Black in Shallow Hal.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. Okay, so obviously you're good at your game. I'm not great.
No, that's not it. And then if you really wanted to be fun with it, what I would have done is I would have done Jack Black, John Cusack, Booger from fucking Revenge of the Nerds, because they were in One Crazy Summer together, and they were in Better Off Dead.
I'm not sure.
What's that movie with John Cusack and the newspaper boys chasing
yeah.
the whole movie?
My $2. Yeah, that's Better Off Dead.
Yeah, well,
Give me my
Booger's in that movie too. Right,
Yeah.
he's his buddy with the top hat.
Yeah, I've only seen it a few times. I can't really remember it that well. But that sounds right.
Booger to. Man, it can get tough. Anyways, moving on. See ya.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, I'm Bubba.
Boogers. Or Booger, the character. Bye-bye.
Booger.
Fuck Justin
Dudley
Roiland.
Dawson.
He sucks.
Oh, yeah. Justin Roiland.
Poo-poo.
Disappoint me, man. I hope you didn't do it.
I hope he didn't do it either.